Danielle, I'm so excited.
Yeah, excited to be here.
We're doing a solo podcast today, just me and Danielle. We're going to be telling you about one of the most exciting launches that we've had in the history of Sakara. 2025 has been filled with amazing new things at Sakara.
So excited to be here with you, Whit, and talking about our new launch. I know we've launched many things over the years, but this one feels different. It feels like it's ready. It's something that's like really ready for a lot of people to enjoy. It's like we're bringing Sakara to the people.
Yeah, I agree. We're getting to get to more people this way. You know, and that's one of the special things about being a direct-to-consumer brand is we don't have a middleman in between us and you, the client, the consumer, the user of these products. And so we get to hear from you about what you're going through. And I think having a health and wellness brand where you're literally putting what we're making into your body, it's very intimate. We are able to develop a close relationship and have that trust. And so you guys tell us a lot of your intimate feelings and what's going on in your life. What are your struggles? What are your problems? What health challenges are you facing? And over the years, we've been listening to these issues and common complaints. And we sit at this really interesting intersection where we're also looking at the best ingredients, the best in science, the best in nature. And so now we're pulling the science and the nature together to create products that really suit those needs that you've been talking about.
I also think we've been hearing, it's both hearing from you guys and experiencing ourselves, which is this idea of wellness is so overwhelming right now. Like, I feel like what started as a really good intention of the wellness movement, which, 15 years ago we were a part of, this idea of how to nourish yourself, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, self-care. I feel like it's gone the wrong way in some ways, where it has absolutely kind of acquired diet culture, one, and two, it also has become like another million things to add to your to-do list instead of necessarily thinking about, does this fill me up? Is this nourishing? It's, oh, I should do this. And, someone on Instagram told me to do this. And then I saw this somewhere else. And then I grabbed these at the store and I'm doing, and then it's like your to-do list is so long and you're probably overwhelmed and you're not sure if you're feeling results and you're not sure if you're doing the right things. And you're not alone. It's what we hear from so many clients. There's so many kind of differing opinions out there on how to take care of yourself. So first, we just wanted to acknowledge that and say, we heard you. And so these products are really to simplify your daily routines, to take out the noise, to learn, you've probably heard Whitney and I talk a lot about this idea of body intelligence. What is body intelligence? It's the ability to tune in and listen to what your body is telling you instead of giving your power away to outside sources. So giving your power away because somebody said, this is how you must eat to look this way. This is what you must do. And yes, I know Whitney and I are sitting here saying, this is what you should do. But that's because that's what worked for us. And so we're sitting here telling you this is what has worked for us, but we still want you to be your own best experts on what feels right for you. And we're asking you to take a moment to look at your wellness to-do list and make sure it really truly is filling your cup. And so these products are meant to fill your cup, but they're designed in special forms and special ways and with really special ingredients so that they fit into your lifestyle. We're not asking you to go change your behavior. I know we asked that a lot of you. We're like, sign up to our month-long program and we'll change your life.
People to do some crazy things over the years.
Yeah. Yes, we have. And, I think this is also we've been doing this for 15 years. And when I look at like our innovation pipeline we've had over those 15 years, let's take our food out of it because our food is still the best, highest quality as it has ever been. But when I look at our products, it's like, I think we started out launching products that like you and I were just kind of obsessed with and loved and wanted to try and impacted our lives. And I think sometimes we forgot to connect the consumer and her life and what she wanted and what she was really asking for. We were more like, hey, you have to do this.
There were also fewer things on the wellness to-do list 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Now everybody has a list a mile long, 1,000 things you need to put in your concoction drink in the morning, and don't forget your red light and your blue blocker glasses, and get your 10,000 steps in, and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And so these are supposed to really fit in your life, fit in your lifestyle, make it easy, make it them stackable so that they stack onto habits and rituals that you already have, and also be joyful and taste good and be fun and enjoyable to do.
Well, we are so excited. We're going to get into the details. We are launching 4 new products to expand our supplement line. And we're going to go into each of the 4 products, both the science behind it, but also the kind of bigger why, like why take the time to take a supplement, to take a chew, to drop something in your water, whatever it is. Why? What's the point? And so let's get started. Whit, you want to get us started on our first product?
Definitely. So this product I am so excited about. It is a game changer. It is called our Daily Elixir multivitamin. It's a liquid multivitamin. It's so delicious and so easy to take. I have it right here. This is the sample bottle that I have. I don't know if you can hear it, shaking it.
We can.
And you do want to shake it. You want to mix all of the vitamins and nutrients that are in it. Make sure that you're getting an even dosage, so you shake it. And then it's so easy to take. It comes with a little cap on top that is a dosage cap. It's like a little shot glass that is the right dosage for you to take. And it's this beautiful green color. It's a lemon verbena taste, really refreshing and yummy, and made with all of the highest quality nutrients inside that you need.
Yeah, you can think of this as, it's called the Daily Elixir. It's really kind of this beautiful blend of all the kind of essential vitamins, minerals. We also add things like, that a lot of other supplements don't, like antioxidants and things like aloe vera for gut health and spirulina and sea moss. And I will say this, it's formulated in this like really beautiful, kind of graceful way where I think people, as part of this kind of wellness, getting too big for her britches, is like more is always better. And, when you look across the literature and why some people say don't supplement is because people tend to supplement, like over supplement. So they're grabbing a bottle here, a bottle there. They're doing what they found on TikTok. They're doing what their friend told them to try. And the mix and the amount and the quality of a lot of these supplements can be really taxing on your body, but especially your liver and your detox pathways.
I don't think anybody's talking about this, Danielle. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So I won't name names, but, there's certain brands of supplements that, I've heard people try and love. And then you go to the literature and it's been known to cause liver damage. And that's because there are really high amounts of certain nutrients like biotin or other B vitamins that when they're in really high amounts, you would never find that in a food. You would never find that in nature. And so though, yes, if you're looking at something like, our foundation pack that is designed to be taken together, that is different. But what's happening is people are taking a supplement here, a supplement there, and combining on their own and not really realizing that, one, there's probably a lot of overlapping nutrients. And two, that a lot of these supplement companies, they want you to see and feel results, which is great, but they might not be in doses that are actually safe for your body, especially when you look long term. And so we designed this to be really effective, but really gentle, and to kind of more mimic what you would find in dosages in a day of eating. So it helps cover your bases. That's why we call it the elixir. It's this really gentle thing that we want you to pull into your daily ritual. So as Whitney said, it's this beautiful bottle and it can go right in your beauty cabinet. So Whitney, I know what your supplement cabinet looks like. I know what mine looks like.
Man.
I'm over it. And
it's not sexy.
It's not sexy and it's confusing. And you and I are experts in this, and it's still confusing. So I can only imagine, all of our clients and friends and consumers who are so overwhelmed by what to do. So this is really simplifying. You can imagine the image of throwing all the supplements away, scooping it off the desktop, and just putting this in your beauty cabinet or next to your toothbrush. It's designed so that you can take it before or after you brush your teeth, or you put on your skincare. It's delicious. It's quick. You just put a little bit in the cap and you're ready to go. I think a lot of people also told us that they were taking a handful of supplements, which I am still okay taking a handful of supplements, but I also hear you, something easier, something more delicious, something more joyful.
Yeah. And I want to just go back to this piece about the liver just a little bit more, because I think in today's day, our livers are just so overloaded already. If we're talking about what's going into phase 1 liver detox, you have your morning coffee and caffeine that your liver has to detox. If you're wearing clothes that have been dry cleaned, your body has to detox those toxins through your liver as well. I mean, your liver is really, everything has to get processed through that liver. And so if you're overloading it with vitamins that contain too many of their nutrients in it, too high levels, quantities of those vitamins inside of them, that also has to be processed through your liver. And you might think that you're doing something good for yourself, and you can actually be adding to that sluggish liver that so many of us are trying to help support. I mean, our liver is so key in detoxing excess hormones, helping you to rid things of your body like SIBO. And so you don't need, I think this is something that people think more as better, but it's not. Your body doesn't need 1,000, % of every single nutrient on the list. It just needs a little bit of each, which we're giving you a great amount, a good dosage of each, but not going to overload your body and your body's processes. And the end result of that is that you can actually feel better, more energized, better glowing skin from having a multivitamin that is giving you just the right amounts of each ingredient.
And along with that is also the bioavailability of nutrients. So you also want to make sure, the supplement industry is highly unregulated. And you guys have heard us talk about this before, but it's highly unregulated. And so, when you look to how a pharmaceutical company, for example, has to bring something to market versus a supplement company, I mean, it's completely different. Like pharmaceutical companies, we might not like what they're after always or the end result always, but they have to go through trials. They have very, very strict purity testing, and the supplement industry does not. It's one of the reasons some people really kind of want it to go under a similarly strict regime that pharmaceutical companies have to do, because it can be quite dangerous. So first of all, always make sure you really trust the brand that you're getting it from, because we know, because we've innovated, for 15 years and innovated in a way where we have our own set of standards. So like some of the people we've worked with are like, I've never seen a no-go list like this, like of over 200 unapproved ingredients. But, that's because they put some crazy stuff in your supplements, some crazy, crazy stuff. So, when Whitney and I are talking about making sure these supplements are going to give you good results and not be taxing on your cells and your liver and your detox pathways, it's making sure you're getting the highest quality, and it's making sure you're getting nutrients in their most absorbable form. So in their most bioavailable form. So a lot of our, the ingredients that you'll find in the Daily Elixir, like our vitamin E, for example, is a natural form of vitamin E versus a synthetic form that is often found. And the synthetic form can actually cause a lot of issues. And vitamin E is such an incredible nutrient. It's such a powerful antioxidant, and it can be kind of hard to find in food. It can be found in low amounts in food. And so you'll find it in this Daily Elixir, powerful antioxidant in its natural form. And so there's many other ingredients in our Daily Elixir that you'll find that the highest quality bioavailability. So D3, for example, folate is methylated. All of these decisions that go into each and every nutrient that we know firsthand, you have to be thinking about the consumer. You have to actively choose the consumer in these moments, because we are not actively choosing the bottom line. It's much more expensive. It's much harder to create. And so I'll just say, make sure you're getting, your supplements from people that you really trust. We put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure all of these 4 supplements that we're launching to you guys today are the highest quality and most efficacious, as Whitney was talking about too.
Yeah. And maybe we can talk a little bit about why we even need to take a supplement in today's day. Why do you think a multivitamin in particular is great to fit into somebody's daily routine?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, let me go back. So our food is only really as good as our soil. And unfortunately, through agriculture and particularly, big ag, our soil has been depleted significantly over the past 60 years. Studies have found that the decreases in our food in nutrients, like everything from protein to calcium to phosphorus to iron to vitamin C, has decreased up to 40%. So, you think about the food we're eating has less nutrients than, when our grandparents were eating the same types of foods. And so I think about supplements as kind of like this idea of nutritional insurance, where it's like, even if you're eating really well, unfortunately, there are probably, lots of things that we should be supplementing. And also, most of us are not eating well every day, and we're stressed, and we're not sleeping well. And, the kind of cumulative effect of all that is that our cells stopped working as well. And that leads to all sorts of things from, gut issues to chronic disease, to mental health issues, to sleep issues, to health span being shortened. So yeah, I think that when it comes to our food, you guys know food is first for us always. But unfortunately, our soil is in a different place than it was for our grandparents. And I think supplementing is really smart as long as you know what to take and are getting it from a reputable and trusted source.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'd say we're more stressed than ever. Not only is our food almost half as nutrient dense as it was for our grandparents, but the amount of stress that we face compared to our grandparents, at least I believe so, is greater. I mean, we're carrying our work around in our phone. We're dealing with social media. We're dealing with clickbaity news in our hand nonstop all the time. And then with the environmental stressors, with the toxins in our air and our water and that are sprayed on conventionally grown produce. And that takes more nutrients from your body to handle stress. Stress takes up more nutrients from your body to process. So I think that making sure that you're getting enough nutrition, enough vitamins, minerals, and those micronutrients really go a long way in supporting your body through that stress. And I think one of the first places that can show up is in your hair. I mean, your body is going to put its energy and its nutrition to the most important places. It's going to go to your heart. It's going to go to your brain. It's going to go to your other essential organs. And so if you don't have enough nutrition, then that's where you're going to start to notice some hair thinning and some premature gray, or your nails becoming more brittle or splitting. And so by taking something like our Daily Elixir, a really high quality, bioavailable multivitamin, then you're getting that added nutrition that maybe you just can't get from your food in a day, that can help support the nutrition for all of those other maybe quote unquote non-essential parts of the body that we really care about from an aesthetic perspective. I also think it's great for energy and for skin. Skin and beauty really does start from the inside, and taking a multivitamin can help boost that glowiness of your skin. So I'm really excited for this because it's so much easier than taking a handful of pills. Like Danielle said, just sits on your counter next to your skincare routine. So it's easy to habit stack it. And one thing that you and I have been talking a lot about lately is this idea that, supplements don't work if you don't take them, right? It's like my mom had an entire room of exercise equipment. Like everybody talks about their Peloton turns into a place to hang your laundry. Like it doesn't work if you don't do it. And so you can buy all those supplements and have them in your cabinet, have them in your drawer. And if you're not taking them, it's not going to work for you. And so,
or if you're overtaking them,
right,
taking the wrong combinations.
So easy to just take a little capful, delicious. I love the taste. It's something I look forward to.
Yeah, and the taste is lemon and verbena. It's really, really beautiful, you guys. And it has a little bit of mint in it too. So we designed it so that you can easily do it before you brush your teeth or right after. And it kind of follows that minty, fresh flavor.
Refreshing in the morning.
And then you don't have to worry about it. All those supplements where you take it 3 times a day. It's so overwhelming. So this way you have it when you brush your teeth or after. It's delicious. It's beautiful, which, is also a big part of what we do and what we believe in is your experience and your rituals should be kind of designed around the things that really, truly nurture you and nourish you and bring you joy. And so, yes, this is a beautiful product on the inside, but also on the outside. It's sexy. You'll want to pick it up. You'll want to take it.
And then, so kind of continuing on what you were talking about with soil health and soil quality, and that being so essential to, the nutrition, the nutrients in the food and how that's changing. Speaking about bioavailability and how supplements are only as good as if you take them and absorb them, let's introduce our next product in our product line, which is called Cell Reset. Our Cell Reset is a delicious, fruity little tincture that is designed with wild blueberry and fulvic acid to support cellular health and reduce oxidative stress.
So yeah, the Cell Reset contains something called fulvic acid, which maybe you guys have heard of, maybe not. But fulvic acid is this water-soluble organic molecule that is found in soil. And it has this really interesting job where it actually helps plants take up the nutrients from the soil And it really does the same thing in our bodies. So it enhances nutrient absorption, and it does it in a few ways. So one, it can act as a chelator. So meaning when we think, I'm sure you guys have heard multiple times this kind of concept around minerals, how important they are for cellular health. But minerals need to be chelated. They need to be binded to something. And fulvic acid can act as that chelator in order to make them absorbable to our bodies and our cells. So it can like more easily cross the cell membranes. It also can really help with gut permeability. So, this idea of that lining of the gut is really the thing that decides what goes into our bloodstream and therefore into our cells from the food that we take in. And when you hear about things like autoimmune disorders, et cetera, one of the first places we look is gut permeability. We do not want that lining of our gut to be too permeable and therefore let too many things that shouldn't be in our bloodstream into our bloodstream. So fulvic acid can really help with gut permeability by helping nutrients pass into the cells more efficiently. And then it also acts as a really potent antioxidant as well. So it helps scavenge free radicals, it helps mitochondrial function, and then it also helps detox heavy metals and other toxins.
So I think of this as kind of the super booster to the Daily Elixir. It's actually going to boost your nutrient absorption of your Daily Elixir. So helping those nutrients get into your cells more efficiently, so that you get more out of your Daily Elixir and also out of the food that you're eating on a day-to-day basis. So it's so lovely and delicious. You just put 2 dropperfuls into your mouth, or you can put it in water, or some people even like to drop it straight into the Daily Elixir and just do it all together.
This could be something that you put next to the Daily Elixir and do them together. This could also be something that you throw in your bag and have, a couple times a day. If you're like, oh, this meal that I'm eating is so nutrient rich, I want to make sure I'm getting as much as I can from this meal. It's a great thing to kind of add on to those rituals where you're like, this is going to be very nourishing and I want to kind of boost that.
Yeah, I have our samples that we just got in, and it is just so wonderful. I like to keep it in my bag and take it with me. And that way, if I forget to do it in the morning, I know that I have it with me there and I can just do it at any point during the day. But it's so much more enjoyable than a regular fulvic acid. I have tried to take fulvic acid over the years and it doesn't taste great. It's kind of like murky and icky looking in your water when you put it in. It's not a great experience. And this is I look forward to taking the cell reset every single day. And I love knowing that it's helping me absorb more nutrition from the food that I'm eating.
So you heard us talk about, the idea of nutrients getting into the cell and how important that is. But why is that important? Why does it matter? Well, that is kind of really how you can think of this idea of metabolism. So metabolism is the efficiency with which our body can take outside information and turn it into cellular information so that our cells can do work. And we have heard from so many of you over the years that metabolism is really something that you want to focus on, which you're not alone. They say 88% of the population has a lower metabolism than they should for their age. So there are lots of things that impact metabolism. So one, making sure you're getting enough nutrients, making sure, those nutrients are getting into the cell and doing their job, making sure you're focused on stress, making sure you're getting enough sleep. And we wanted to design something that could really come at metabolism from a few different angles. Because one of the big culprits in, especially I think today's society, and especially for all of you, and I'm putting Whitney and I in this group of all of us who are working hard, who, might have families, might have a higher stress life, harder to kind of carve out the time to really take care of ourselves.